Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. A question: what the hell would you do to someone who is simply not following orders in the military? What do you do to that guy? Okay, let alone with someone who is a deserter. What would you do with that guy? What would you do to someone who doesn't want to go to war when he was asked to go to war for his country? I mean, you tell me what you would do, but I will tell you what I will do after I read this article. This article comes from Ukrainska Pravda, and it's from Thursday, January 12th, 2022. Russian soldier sentenced to 5 years in prison for refusing to fight in Ukraine. Now, why is this article here? Why do you think, what's the goal of this article? This article, I think the goal of this is to have her say, "Aww," I think, and say, "Those evil Russians." The poor guy did not want to go to war, for the unjust war. Okay, let's see how they take it. A court in Russian city of Ufa has sentenced a 24-year-old corporal to 5 years in prison for refusing to fight in Ukraine. Source: Latvia-based Russian media outlet Meduza, United Press Office of the Court of the Republic of Basko Babu Babi Boom. Anyway, according to the court materials, Corporal Marcel Kandarov has been charged with evading military service for more than 1 month during the mobilization period. When you're mobilized, you don't have freedom of "I don't want to go," or "No, I don't feel like." And that's not only in Russia. That's everywhere, including United States of America, Great Britain, Germany, Ukraine. If you get that order, the order of mobilization, you show up. If you don't show up, that's not good. That means desertion. You're a deserter. Deserter. Anyway, listen. I'm not here to say that I'm not angry or I'm not celebrating the fact that the guy was in prison 5 years. That's not my point. My point is that I feel like these weasels, the Ukrainians, are using this to show us something that is common practice everywhere on this planet if you don't show up for mobilization. But they show it like those evil Russians. Why do you think this article was written? Was written just to, I don't know, shoot some breeze with us? Anyway, reportedly, Kandarov, who did not want to participate in the war against Ukraine, did not report for duty in May 2022. The court found Kandarov guilty of evading military service. He was sentenced by law to 5 years in prison and will serve this time in a general security regime prison. Do you think that each and every person who is asked to go over there and is mobilized wants to go to fight? No, otherwise they will probably be volunteers, okay? But you have to do what you got to do, the same thing as the Ukrainians. Do you think all Ukrainians want to be over there? I don't think so. But that's an order. That's what you have to do. Why do you think the Ukrainians close the borders? They don't allow you to move around. The adults, I'm talking about, the military age men. They can't move around for the same reason. Why do you think if they catch them, what do you think they're going to do to them? Give them candies and they invite them to Oscars or to Golden Globe festivities? I don't think so. Maybe they just kneel him, turn around, kneel, and boom. You know what I mean? It's who do you think you're dealing with over there? With, oh, let me read you a little bit of Plato right now. Come on. Now, let me remind you this. Remember the... What the hell is going on here? Too much heroin or something? Anyway, remember the draft for the Vietnam War, the United States? Remember what Bill Clinton did with his draft? Remember? Whoop, 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 whoop. Where did he go? Oh, he just got admitted to college in Canada, and then I think he went to Great Britain, then Canada, and then Great Britain. So he went, missing. Okay, that's what I heard. And there's a lot of people who left and stayed in Canada to evade draft. Why did they do that? What happened with Muhammad Ali when he said, "I'm not fighting. I have nothing with I have no quarrel with Viet Cong." Remember when he said that? What happened to him? He was stripped of his belt and almost about to be sent to prison, but because he was Muhammad Ali, certain things were pulled and all that and all that. Okay, but you know, and then what happened with Bill Clinton when he returned? And not only Bill Clinton, there are many people called here draft dodgers, right? Is that what it is? Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. If you think the war is wrong and you don't want to participate in something that you think is a crime, you do what you need to do. Okay, it's your life after all. It's not you know, these guys to use you as a cannon fodder over there, fodder. You know what I mean? So you do what you need to do. But the problem is that's a law. And when you have the law, when you return, what should the authorities do about it? So when Bill Clinton came back, it was a general amnesty for all these so-called draft dodgers. So the same with this guy, was caught. What was he supposed to, what were the authorities supposed to do? Ignore the law? I mean, however you turn it, I don't know what the big thing is coming from these guys. Another thing here at the end of it, I didn't read the last paragraph. They told about a serviceman who got a few years in penitentiary in a colony for beating up an officer for complaining that he didn't get enough training and the food sucked and he was not, you know, armed properly, he didn't have enough clothes and all that. So supposedly he was charged for beating that. What did you expect? I mean, really? I mean, let's say you're drafted, you're over there, you're going to start claiming, oh, I don't like these boots, man. I'm going to be cold this winter. Oh, this coat is not, is this Tommy Hilfiger? No. You can take it back, my man. I mean, is that how you do? In the United States, when you go over there in the military, you look at the clothes and say, you can keep it, boy. Is that what you do? No. You're going to be taken and put over there in a little jail for some time. And then you come back up and you're going to follow orders. Yes, sir. You're going to complain? That's what you're going to give. That's what you're going to get. Go over there and fight. I mean, I'm not trying to be here the big muscle guy and go and pop. No, but what happened here with this guy, if the same thing would have been, let's say, in the United States of America, what do you think would have happened with that guy? Or in Canada? Or in the free world? Look, in Canada, remember those guys with trucking convoy? What did Trudeau do about those guys? He arrested them, he froze their assets, the banking account, some of them got fired, they got thrown in jail in a free country because they didn't listen to Trudeau to disband. Now imagine that Trudeau wants these guys to go and fight the Russians and they'd say no. What do you think will happen then? They will get the kids and get them in a camp and say, if you don't go, we're gonna, your kids or something? I mean, if you do this to these guys, the truckers over there, peaceful truckers in Ottawa, as far as I remember, what would you do with these guys that don't want to fight for you? So yeah, spare me. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I just did this because I'm a little bit irritated that the Ukrainians would use such a weasel way as if they would not do at least the same thing. All right. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth and be just.